I'm Ellie from crystallinks.com. I am here visiting with friends in Fort Lauderdale. My friend George is videoing, and this is a friend that goes back to Brooklyn College with me. This is my friend Nina. Hi Nina. I asked Nina if she
Hi
would
Ellie's friends.
I asked her if she'd do this video because she's had a very interesting life. Colorful life. Going back in part to the hippie days.
Oh,
Nina was
easy.
a hippie, I was not.
I was a beatnik before I was a hippie, though. I was, snapping my fingers in the village when they would pound mallets on the table instead of clap, and we'd listen to all the folk giants of the day that were barely heard of, like Bob Dylan and Joan Baez, and it was interesting. But wait, musically, my claim to fame is that I was 10 days prior to birthing my son when I was at Led Zeppelin at Madison Square Garden, the only concert that was ever filmed. The song remains the same. I was there. That's it. What?
I didn't hear the story. I think that's so amazing.
It is. I had everybody. It was like the seas parted as I walked by the garden. I had to ask my my obstetrician whether the sound would go through the placenta. So Ryan sort of came out bouncing anyway. So
Bouncing baby boy.
That's
the expression for bouncing baby
on
boy.
the speakers. He would hold on to the speakers and bounce.
So, what is your story here in Fort Lauderdale?
Right now, my life has evolved to did a lot of theater. Sorry about that. A lot of theater for years, and it sort of like morphed into piano lessons, singing lessons. I don't do theater anymore because it takes you away from your life for like 6 weeks. So, now I'm even paying back. I've gotten back on my financial feet, sort of, and I am even able to pay back by gifting needy students with free lessons.
So what you do is right now you teach piano?
I teach piano, right. That's my passion, that's my gift, that's what I know perfectly. I mean, and I'm good at what I do, all ego aside.
Who has ego here?
No, this is a selfless bunch.
So you came, we went to Brooklyn College the same time.
Yes, but we didn't know each other in Brooklyn College. We met through our ex-husbands.
Ex?
Yes, and Ralph was an usher at my wedding. I have a picture of all the ushers. Well, one day, her next journey down, George will.
Yes, I'm from Brooklyn, if anybody doesn't know that. And so you moved down here with your ex?
Oh, yes.
You raised
6
your
weeks
kids?
after birthing Ryan by cesarean.
I don't know if the audience needs to hear that.
Sorry,
You know.
guys.
So now we go to creatively your older son and what he does.
My oldest son makes movies in California, and he was a computer geek. He was the 4.0 plus index and genius kid and computer lover, and then he went out to California, and I think he flipped. He started using the right side of his brain.
Yeah.
And left his left side, and my little
And tell him his name.
Oh, his name is Jeremy Alter.
Right.
And he but my other son was my little free-spirited creature all his life, and
Like his mom?
turned into a left-brained
Doctor.
father, like his father.
But
You know.
so the story
Anyway,
of that
sorry.
is you can start your career left-brained, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And
That's
then
wild.
something like clicks, and then all of a sudden you're like,
You're lucky you're able to embrace that other side,
Yeah.
that creative side, because the rigidity of right-brained compartmentalizing everything can really get in the way of, especially with the arts. You hear on all those little programs on TV where they tell you to just stop thinking about it and just feel it. So that's, I think, the way all the arts should be embraced.
And metaphysics.
Absolutely. Well, I think a lot of yeah, we have to talk, because I need to know what I need to know about the hologram.
The hologram, the
I
woman
need
said,
to
George.
know.
It's called reality. Is that note number one? Take
Okay.
notes. Note number one.
Okay.
Reality is a hologram. Ask me from there.
Okay. Done quite a bit of journeying over the years myself, using things other than my physical body, and I just would love to be able to relate to to a general picture of the hologram. That's what I would love to see. I have, in fact, that's one of the reasons why I knew that I had to divorce my ex-husband, was because I was meditating on the pyramids and he was thinking I was out of my mind.
And I'll join that club. Well, maybe I'd just like to interject. A lot of people who have come into metaphysics have done so and realized that the partner that they're with, it could be a spouse, it could be a relationship, it just no longer works, that you're going in this direction, like right brain, left brain, you're going this way, and your partner is just kind of plateaued. Nothing wrong with the partner is working and being responsible, but suddenly something in your brain is clicking in and saying, my mainstream life is okay, but something inside needs to be investigated.
Right.
And then you go into the fine arts, or you probably were always there, or you go into metaphysics and you say, well, you know what? I'm interested in healing and energy.
Absolutely.
When I was a kid, I looked up in the sky and I saw a UFO. I want to find out what that part's about. I want to create and develop whatever it is that's pushing me forward right now. I need to work towards finding out what that is. And then with the hologram, what it is you can't do the hologram in the few minutes we're doing the video, but the long and the short of it, based on research currently by physicists and metaphysicians and those who merge the two, metaphysics and physics, people are starting to question and investigate and research. And recently I did another video blog about some of the people, even from ancient alien theories, because it's all tied together. You don't have one without the other, okay? And that they're starting to take it from a more scientific perspective. With the holographic universe, it's basically, we're in a hologram, okay? The whole universe.
Okay, the whole universe.
The whole universe is a simulation. Simulation, okay?
Okay.
It's a virtual reality simulation. Its focus and its purpose, because these things always have a purpose, right? Its purpose is to study emotions, human emotions.
The hologram is studying our human emotions?
Human emotions, maybe animal emotions, but studying emotions.
Okay.
Because when you go out of physical reality or third dimension or whatever you call it, the emotional stuff isn't there anymore. We come into physical reality. We come into physical reality as a linear experience. You cannot study emotions without the linear experience.
Right.
Okay, because then you can, once you're out, you can see all and everything, so you don't have to bother with the emotions, because the emotions are sometimes, what's the word? In the way? Another word, George, what's another word for emotions? They are tedious.
Intrusive, tedious.
And yet, they guide our journeys here, and yet they really give definition to
Absolutely.
what we're doing.
How we internalize and how we feel. Feel is all emotions. if you don't feel, that's what you're not having.
Well,
or you're missing, or
this experience is about, let's say, you and I were university professors, okay?
Okay,
Because
sure.
we are, with our degrees, and we decide, okay, from where we are in our university in the sky, you and I as teachers, which we are that too, we decide that we want to study something called emotions, okay? Now, I'm not saying we're gods, nothing silly like that, but let's say we create an algorithm, okay?
Yes.
And we take our algorithm, and it's nothing that we can conceive of now, it's just multifaceted, beyond even your conception and mine, and we bring it into a space, a universe, okay? And into that will come souls, and these souls will have emotional codes, and just about everything that's going to go on in this hologram, whether it makes sense or never makes sense or sometimes makes sense, is going to be measured by emotions, by the people experiencing. So what question do you have about that? Because it's like...
Okay, but measuring emotions, and so when you're outside the hologram is when you're void of emotions, or when it's not necessary.
Right. I mean, some people equate that to, like, let's say the gray aliens, okay? The gray aliens are supposedly, who knows, from the future, from wherever they're from. They're actually just part of the hologram, but they show us that the brain is consciousness, that it's all visual. This is a visual hologram, okay, visual experience, and that the grays are supposed to have evolved past emotions, and so they're doing more biogenetic experiments to create another race that merges our emotions with their lack of emotions. That's a theory.
Wow,
That is a theory.
wow.
Me, I want everyone to know that I hear all the theories, and I hear all the conspiracy theories, the metaphysical theories, the alien theory, you name a theory. I've read it, I've heard about it, I've watched it on YouTube, and I just say this is their experience in this hologram.
Right.
Just like you had your experience, okay?
Yeah,
We went to
yeah.
Brooklyn College, we did what we did, we raised children,
Right.
we're still doing what we're doing. The universe has actually brought us together here today. You know, because I came down for a reunion with some other friends I went to high school and Brooklyn College with.
This was definitely,
But I need to just say this too. No one ever found me. I've been on Crystallings for 22 years. I joined classmates.com. No one ever sent me an email, a text, a phone call, something,
wow.
a smoke signal. Ellie,
Yeah,
Ellie, what's
I
become
did.
of
I
you?
looked for Ellie Levine.
Well, that's the whole thing. One day, I'm sitting by my computer, and I see Nina's face flashing. I'm a psychic. I see Nina's face, and I'm like, maybe if I look up Nina, I could find her. Luckily, you still kept
I did
you're
both
married.
names.
Yeah, well, I didn't do that. And so I look up Nina by her two, can I say your two names, or you want to pass on that?
We can pass.
We can pass on that, okay. And I see her face. I look her up on Facebook, of course, the place to go to get and so we started emailing and texting. From there, I see the face of my friend Anita, who I was with yesterday, and that opened up, the doors just opened up.
Nice.
But with the hologram and the holographic universe, simulation, any name you call it, it had a beginning, and it's calling us now to its end. That is very well done. That's George's cell phone signaling. But it had a beginning, and unless you're totally living in a cave somewhere, you're aware that things are coming full circle in every realm of your reality and ours. So it would stand to reason that if I found Nina, I'd find everybody else. Reunions aplenty. Clients tell me all the time, everything's coming full circle. Wouldn't you say?
I'd say it's a constant.
Or
Depends. It depends where it starts. Where does the circle start that it came full circle? Where's the beginning?
0 point. 0 point in the algorithm.
In the algorithm,
Right.
I'm looking at the circle. I'm being much more simplistic in my. I'm not there yet. I have to absorb a lot of what you are telling me. Plus, I have to like check all the things out on
YouTube,
Sure,
internet.
of course. No, but stuff that you say. I want to know your perspective on this.
Okay, so
Are we talking about an hour and a half now?
Yeah, it's getting there.
no. Just all right.
Well,
just-
as far it's funny you talk about being compelled to do it and to go there and knowing that it's where you're supposed to be. As soon as I hit Florida and moved here, something kept tapping me on the shoulder saying, "You've got to find a place to learn astrology." 1973, South Florida. Where was I going to find? They didn't recognize parapsychological stuff in colleges then. So I finally found somebody who taught an astrology. I dragged a friend with me, and that
And so
started
you
my
became
whole
an astrologer?
immersion. I became an astrologer for a while.
on the radio.
Yes, on the radio at midnight. It was WI. Oh, I better not say that. They'll charge me money. Anyway, it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago.
So with the holographic universe, only because you asked, the feeling of everything coming to closure.
Oh, to closure.
To
Okay.
closure.
Okay.
Okay, that's basically what it's about. Like you were driven to do your astrology and to do your
Everything I've done, I've done by
the gut.
absolutely. Can't have a stellium in Cancer.
And here's a good question with that. If you're going by your gut, okay, don't things usually work out okay?
Yes. Yes.
That's so
absolutely.
I mean, okay, they're going
absolutely.
to say, okay, this all goes to your learning lessons, things you're supposed to
No,
learn.
no,
But for
of
anybody
course.
out there watching whose gut
Always
is telling them,
trust it. Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
I fly by my gut. We're supposed to say goodbye. He's giving us.
George is
signal.
giving us the wind it up, wrap it up thing. Well, I just want to thank my very dear friend. It's been
Oh
like
my
forever.
God. Oh
And
my God.
we thank you for listening to us.
And just the beginning.
Okay.